mob of masked teens taking over a 7-Eleven, stealing merchandise, climbing counters, and trashing that store. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie Marin.
And I'm Gio Insignares. Welcome to KCAL News at 8, streaming live on CBS News Los Angeles. Police say a group of 50 teens stormed the building, getting away with armfuls of products.
KCAL News reporter Lauren Posen is in Pico Robertson with the very latest on the investigation.
Police say the teens got here and left here on their bikes. Now behind me you can see the glass window that they shattered. It's all boarded up now, and security cameras were rolling when they went inside and took anything and everything they could. Chaos inside a 7-Eleven. Security camera video shows the moment at least 50 teens stormed into the convenience store on Olympic in the Pico Robertson neighborhood. We blurred their faces because they're underage. Police say it happened around 8 Friday night. Some teens wore masks as they trashed the store, while others jumped over the counter, taking merchandise like cigarettes. They knocked over racks of snack food, snatching up what they could, even sodas, and were gone before police got there. But the mess they made wasn't. Employees spent the night cleaning it all up, some even spilling outside the store. From SkyCal, you could see the knocked over shelves and product all across the floor. We showed customers the video of the destruction on Saturday.
I think it's like really scary. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. Honestly, I feel like that's like,
yeah, I mean, I go here like every day, so that's pretty crazy to see, yeah.
It wasn't a random act, so it had to be organized. And it's almost like, you know, the kids know they're not going to be prosecuted.
Flash mob style takeovers like this and smash and grabs are nothing new. This week alone, 2 high-end sneaker and clothing stores were hit. On Wednesday, thieves broke into Equivalence in Encino, stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. Police say those same suspects could also be behind this burglary early Friday morning in South LA. Thieves cut through the metal security gate of Rich LA, smashing the glass door and taking over $80,000 worth of goods. It's the 7th time since opening 2 months ago. The owner says they've been targeted. Customers back at 7-Eleven say it just goes to show crime doesn't have a zip code.
I don't think it makes any difference if it's South Central, if it's Palos Verdes. Crime is crime, and it doesn't make any difference what area you're in.
We did reach out to 7-Eleven management but have not heard back yet. Meanwhile, investigators with LAPD are working to track down the teens, and despite all the chaos you just saw, fortunately, there were no injuries. Reporting in the Pico Robertson neighborhood, Lauren Posen, KCAL News.
Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with my lesson, I want to give all praise, all honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that do this work in truth and sincerity. And, you know, today I want to get into the lesson of basically chastising your son or chastising your children. Okay, and the inspiration of this video is, you know, personal experience with one of my boys' little friends, and also the video that I'm gonna put, you know, in the beginning of this video. All right, Lord willing. And basically, you know, this generation of you know, fatherless children, all right, brings up little monsters, man. All right, bring up disobedient children, all right, and disobedient children is basically a shame unto you, man. All right, 1 second, bear with me. Shalakia. Okay, back to what I was saying. All right, these disobedient children, all right, can be a shame unto you, your family, all right, and your lineage, all right, your bloodline. Okay, if they're not brought up in, you know, a particular order, all right, and especially, you know, the order of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, what greater order than that? And you know, some brothers, all right, in the truth had fathers, all right, and father figures in their life, or some type of father figure. Some brothers didn't, but ultimately through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, we received our spiritual fathers, man, all right, which gave us this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which taught us how to operate, within the world, and how to deal with people and how to deal with situations. Okay, so that father aspect, is very important. Okay, and I can see it, and you can see it, throughout this generation of kids. All right, this generation of Z's, man. All right, these generations of zombies, of sheep. All right, and not the sheep of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but the sheep of this world. All right, and the philosophies that they follow. All right, the trends and different things, these so-called idols that they look up to on social media, YouTube, this, that, and the third, man. All right, and if you have children, in today's world, you see it. All right, you see it, man. All right, some of our brothers may have kids, and they may be on a tablet or a phone or whatnot. The tablet it's like a love-hate thing. It's good in a way for learning, all right, but it's bad because getting a hold of a tablet can have a bad influence, again, because of these influencers on these different platforms, man. And with all the likes and and all of this, the likes and the shares and the thumbs up and all these different things, kids catch on to that. Oh, he has a million followers, and he has a million fans, and he's somebody that I look up to, and he can be a negative outlook on the child, all right, if it's not according to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So that's why it's important, all right, for a kid to have some type of father figure in their life that has some type of order to him, man, all right, because many kids have fathers, but they don't know how to be a father, They let their kid do whatever they want, all right, they don't guide them, they don't put the rod on them, all right, which is the belt, all right, they just let them do whatever they want freely, okay, and that causes disorder, man. All right, and in this society, all right, they tell you if you whoop your child, then it's considered child abuse, and that you don't love your child. But as soon as your child do something off, all right, get into some type of trouble, whether it's stealing, all right, or whatever the case may be, okay, your child, all right, is put on the front page news, or on the front of a headline TV in the news, because you wasn't able to discipline them the correct way and show them the right way, okay, because correction, all right, fixes all those type of problems within children, man, all right. They can reflect on, that ass whooping as, oh, I don't want to do that again because I don't want to anger my parents, all right, I don't want to get another whipping, all right, and I'm glad that I got the whippings that I got, and that I had a father figure, or had parent figures within my life to teach me right from wrong. And as I progressively got older, I started to understand why some of the things that they told me. And as you get older, you start to understand and you start to see, all right. So ultimately with that guidance, all right, it promotes kids to be good, man, all right, to be constructive, man, all right, do good deeds and do good things, All right, but when they don't have that structure in the house, okay, it causes conflict, it causes confusion, all right, and it causes shame. All right, now we're gonna get into some scriptures, all right, and you know, Lord willing, it'll be edifying. All right, this is Proverbs 13:24, and it says, "He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chastise him bad times." All right, so you know, if you love your son, all right, you're gonna chastise him, man. All right, you're gonna put that belt on him because you don't want to see him end up going down the wrong path. Okay, and it's the same thing with Yahweh Bashemi Yahushai. Okay, Yahweh Bashemi Yahushai, he chastised us, all right, purifying us at this very moment, man. All right, that we're in the truth. All right, he teaches us life lessons. Okay, and you know, we build off those things, man. All right, it makes us humble. All right, and it makes us want to do better, man. All right, that's why we continue to try to stay prayed up, all right, and be on the Lord's, Yahweh Bashemi Yahushua, the Father's good side, all right, that he doesn't punish us unto death, man. All right, so let's continue. All right, again, I'm gonna read that one more time. This is Proverbs 13:24. It says, "He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chastise him bedtime," man. So you have to chastise your children, all right, otherwise they're going to be disobedient, man. All right, they're going to bring shame to your family and your heritage, all right, and to your people, man. All right, so that's why it's very important, all right, to do these things. All right, this is Proverbs 29:17. It says, "Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yeah, he shall give the light unto thy soul." Okay, because you know that any particular situation that he finds himself in, all right, he's gonna be able to make the right decision, man. All right, he's gonna be a leader and not a follower. All right, if his friend do something, or if his friends are doing something and he knows that it's going to get him into some trouble, all right, and he fears the wrath that you may bring upon him, then he's not going to do it. And it's the same thing like it into us, man. We know what to do and what not to do, you know, within the truth, man. And we know certain particular things that we may do, you know, may anger the Father, all right, our Father, all right, and him bringing that wrath on us, man. So we don't want that. And it's the same thing for children, man. All right, that's the reason why, all right, we ought to teach them the rights from the wrongs, man. All right, and that's why you ought to, again, chastise your children, man. All right, because what we live in a society, okay, where again it's influenced by wickedness, man. All right, again, you have these different entertainers, all right, they're influenced by YouTube, they're influenced by the music, they're influenced by the TVs, these movies, all right, all these different things, man. It's perverse and it's wicked, okay, and it's teaching them the wrong way. Okay, you have you have these schools as well, all right, teaching them that, you know, they can be of any gender. Okay, you got to protect them from that, man. All right, so you know, you have the society trying to pull these kids each and every way, left, right, up and down, all right, so forth and so on, man. All right, you got to tell your kid, all right, you just got to be real with them, man. All right, you just got to be real with them and tell them the truth, man. All right, so that way, you know, that they know right from wrong, man. They can be able to make discernment for themselves, man. All right, so let's continue, man. All right, because that's what Esau doesn't want. All right, again, he wants you to have a disobedient child. All right, so that way he can throw them in the prison system, man. All right, throw them in the system and what? Get free labor. All right, that's a part of his agenda, man. All right, that's a part of the plot. All right, and that's our job, all right, to do as the Bible says, so that way the enemy can't take over, man. All right, this is Hebrews 12:6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth, and scorneth every son whom he receiveth. For ye endure chastising. Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasten not? But if ye be without chastisement thereof, all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons? All right, so if you have a son, okay, you're gonna do, all right, what's right, to tell him rights and wrongs, man. So that way, what, he doesn't get in trouble, man. You don't want to see your son, all right, locked up in prison for doing some foolishness, man. All right, for working off his emotions, man. All right, and that's the reason. That's why it's good to have a father figure within the household, man. All right, because a lot of these kids, man, they raised up in broken homes. They don't have a father. All right, they don't have a father figure in the house. Okay, and that's the reason why a lot of men are emotional, man, because they have women, all right, raising them, man. All right, a woman cannot raise a boy to be a man. All right, it's just impossible, man. All right, and like they say, all right, how is he going to become something that he never seen, man? All right, how is he going to become a man if he never seen one? Right, if all he sees is a woman. All right, if all he sees is how a woman handles situations with emotions and not logic. All right, they need men in their lives, man. All right, our sons, our children, the generation, all right, to come, all right, this generation now, should I say, all right, they need men within their lives, all right, to be constructive, man. All right, to have a purpose in life, all right, to give them order and guidance. All right, so again, let's read that one more time. That's Hebrews 12:6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scorneth every son whom he receiveth. It says, if ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons, man. That's right. So, you know, just like, you know, a lot of Jake is without fathers now, and they're considered bastards, man, because they don't have anybody to correct them and teach them the right way, and, you know, the right ways of life, man, and how to deal with life, you know. So a lot of kids are growing up that way, man. That's the reason why you have scammers. You know, they'll take everything you got. That's the big thing now. All right, everybody's scammers, taking money from people, but not knowing what these people going through. All right, we in some hellish times, man. All right, people are scammers, thieves, murderers, adulterers. All right, all these things, man. All right, you are to teach your son, all right, how not to be that way, man. All right, not to break up people's homes, man. All right, not to steal from anybody, man. All right, that could be somebody's last and all they have. All right, to feed their family, to pay their bills. All right, you gotta be a man of reasoning, man, and understand why not to do these things, man. All right, it's all about consideration, man. All right, to be considerate. That's one thing I always push on my boy, my cousins. All right, any young figure that I have within my family, in my life, I always try to spit some knowledge to them, or throw some jewels to them to make them understand. It's always about being considerate, man. All right, because you never know what somebody's going through, man. All right, And that, and one little thing, all right, especially in these times, can set somebody off. All right. So, you know, just be considerate, man. That's one thing I always try to push again, just being considerate, being generous, all right, to those that's generous to you, you know, so forth and so on, man. All right, just trying to be a light, all right, trying to be that light as Yahweh Bashim Yahushua says, man. All right, being different, all right, according to the scriptures, all right, and that's how we should govern our sons and our daughters, man. So you passing on that light to them, all right, and they're being like-minded, they're being likened unto you, all right. This is Proverbs 3:12. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, all right, even as fathers the son whom he delighteth." That's right, man. So a man that delight in his children are going to teach them the correct way, man, all right, because they love them, all right. He loves them, all right, and he doesn't want to see them perish ultimately to the ways of this world, all right, and the wickedness. He wants to protect them. He wants them to be able to go into any situation, all right, and based off what his parents, all right, or his father has taught him, all right, be able to go into any situation and handle it with no problems, with no issues, all right, coming out there unscathed, all right. You want your son to have the same mind as you, ultimately, all right, and we're going to get into that in the scripture that I'm about to bring up, all right. It goes and it speaks about that, man, all right, as your son and your kids being as you, man, all right, moving as you, all right. Let's get that right now, all right, and we're going to end out on that, all right. This is Sirach 31. And it says, "A father who loves his son will whip him often, so that he can be proud of him later. If a son is disciplined, he will be of the same use, and his father can boast of him to his friends." All right, and this is in the Good News translation, by the way. Okay. It says, "Anyone who gives good guidance to his son can not only take pride in him among his friends, but he can make his enemies jealous." That's right, he can make his enemies jealous, man, because his enemies can't take over his mind, all right, because he already knows the wiles of the devil. He knows how his adversary is going to come at him. He knows the spiritual ins and outs of the world if you teach it to him. All right, and he knows how to move according to that, all right, and that makes his enemies jealous. It makes his enemies envious, mad, angry, all right. It's like hot coals on their head, man. You know, all right, continuing on, all right, it says, "While the father is alive, the sight of his son maketh him happy, and when he dies, he has no regrets," man. All right, he's going to be proud of his son because he knows that his son is going to accomplish the things that he put and instilled within him, man. That's the reason why the scriptures tell you, raise up a child in a way, and he shall not depart from it, roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, so if you teach a child to move in the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Yahushai, or move in the correct way, all right, then he's not going to depart from that, man. He's going to stay in the ways of his father. He's going to remember the ways that his father taught him, his parents taught him, in correction, man. All right, and it says again, "And while the father is alive, the sight of his son maketh him happy." He knows that his son is going to do the right things, and when he dies, he has no regrets. He has no worries. He ain't got to worry about his adversary taking over his mind, all right, and the rest of his legacy or his generation, all right, being fought by the enemy, man, because he knows that he's going to pass that legacy, all right, or pass that knowledge on down to his next generation. And it continues on. It says, "He is not really dead because his son is like him." It says he has left someone to take vengeance on his enemies and to return the favors he owes to his friends. That's beautiful, man. All right, But anyone who spoils his son will have to bandage his wounds. His heart will stop every time he hears a shout. All right? And it says an untamed horse is going to be stubborn, and an undisciplined son is no different. All right? An undisciplined son is going to be doing everything in the world. He's going to be a follower. He's going to be a crowd pleaser. All right? He's going to be a yes man. All right? He's going to be in all kind of different mischief, man. All right? Which is ultimately going to lead to his death, him being in prison. All right? Or just bring shame, all right, to his father and his family. It says if you pamper your child and play with him, he will be a disappointment and a source of grief. So that's right, man. You can't always just be playing with your son. All right, not saying that you can't play with them, but you got to have and establish that line between being a parent and being a friend, because most parents these days, they're more of a friend than being a parent and discipline their children. And that's the reason why a lot of them turn out to be the way that they are, because they don't have that figure in their life. All right, and then when you do correct them, all right, when you do try to correct them, all right, what they're rebellious, man. Like, who are you? They don't have no respect for you. All right, because you haven't drawn that line in the sand with them, all right, to know their boundaries. They never had no boundaries to begin with, because you didn't establish that. And that's why it's important to have order, all right, and that's why it's important to chastise them, man, all right, so they have that respect, all right. It says, laugh with him now, and one day you will have to cry over him. You see, it says, grinding your teeth in regret. Oh man, I should have did this. I should have taught him the right way. I was too much of a friend. You know? It says, don't give him freedom while he is young, and don't overlook what he does wrong. All right? So don't overlook the wrong that they do and say, oh, it's nothing, he's gonna stop, it's just a phase. No, you correct it right then and there. All right? And tell him why. Sit down and talk to him. All right, every single thing doesn't deserve a whooping. All right, sometimes you could just sit down and talk to them, man. All right, that gains their respect as well. All right, but for certain things, all right, the line has to be drawn, and you do have to chastise them. You do have to bring out the rod. All right, and they're going to understand, and they're going to love you, all right, for it in the end. All right, continuing on, it says, whoop him while he is still a child, and make him respect your authority. If you don't, he will be stubborn and disobedient and cause you nothing but sorrow. So discipline your son and give him work to do, or else he will be an embarrassment to you. See? And that's what you see, a lot of embarrassment. And that's the reason, that's the face of black culture today, because they let society and this world govern their children, man. All right, they don't want to deal with it. So what? They let the world take care of them and their responsibility of being a parent instead, man. All right, and that's gonna lead to nothing but destruction and death. All right, and shame unto your people, man. All right, and that's why people are looked at the way they're looked at today, man. All right, and that's the curses. All right, for disobedience. All right, that's the curses that we face. All right, and the things that we have to deal with, all right, until the kingdom comes. All right, but do what you have to do, all right, to try to break that, try to break that curse, man. And the only way you can break that curse is if Yahweh Shemi Awashai give you that knowledge, man, wisdom and understanding to, pass it on to your children, all right. And Lord willing, you be at that number, all right. And you make it out of here, man. All right, for being an obedient child, a servant to Yahweh Shemi Awashai, because that's what we're doing. All right, we're trying to prove ourselves to our Father, Yahweh Shemi Awashai, just as our children are to do for us, man. All right, but that's pretty much the gist of the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that do this work with truth and sincerity. Until the next time I